Are you in? You're in, Jamie. I'm not. Yeah, you are. It says, I see your name. Alrighty, guys, let's get started. So we are talking about elimination and only elimination. So one of the things that I want to say first. Okay, what's that mean?
I don't know what that means.
Here, go down. I don't know why you're blue. Are you sad?
Yes, because it's blue.
Okay, so one of the things I do want to say first off is October 1st. Everyone needs to sign in and do whatever assignment is on there, okay? We'll get that out of the way. Gentlemen, ladies, did you hear me?
Yes.
What did I say? Uh-huh.
Get the stuff out of the way.
What stuff? Which one? October 1st. It does not matter about the week, the day, okay? Oh, good. Nice. The day. Okay, thank you, Jamie. So give me a smiley face or, let me know that you guys have heard me, that we're going to September, oh my gosh, October, thank you, October 1st. Make sure that you sign in, and there'll be like a really short, quick assignment, like 2 problems, and yeah, just so that we need the count. Okay, good. Next, there was one problem, I don't know if it was no, it wasn't in this week, it was in last week, where it asks how many solutions can a system have. So, how many solutions can a system have? Can you guys tell me? Write it down there in the chat box. How many solutions? We're talking about linear systems of equations. How many solutions are possible? Guys, do we want to get out in 30 minutes or an hour or 2 hours? I need everyone to give me an answer. Everyone. How many solutions can a system have? None is one of the answers. Unlimited or many or infinite, that's another one of the answers. There's one more answer. One more answer. That would be undefined. That would be 0. Okay. If a system crosses just one time, if 2 lines just cross one time, how many solutions does that system have? Just one. Okay. So, infinite, 0, and 0 means what kind of lines are you looking at, guys? What kind of lines are you looking at if you have 0? Okay. Jamie, we need to answer these questions.
I just said it. Do you want me to type it?
Oh, I didn't hear you. So apparently I do because I can't hear. No, it's okay if you just talk louder. Yes, parallel lines. All right, because think about this. What does parallel mean? It means running right next to each other. So those kinds of systems are not going to have any solutions. Okay. Alrighty, so real quick, can you add or subtract? Give me an answer to both of these. Okay. James has got an answer. All right. No worries. It's not a test.
I got 4.
You got 4 for which one?
First one.
For the first one? For the first one, we got positive 2 and a minus 2, right? So those cancel. Now we have positive 3x minus 5x. So positive 3 minus 5, oops, I can't write, negative 2x. Next one. What is this property? Distribution. So we're going to distribute, and you guys just keep typing. It's always easier when you hear it right here. Okay, so we got positive 5y, negative 5y, those cancel. 2 plus 5 is 7x. It's really important to know how to add and subtract. Oops, there we go. Got the same answers. When you're doing elimination. So we're going to solve systems of linear equations in 2 variables by elimination. We're going to compare and choose the appropriate method for solving systems of linear equations. So another method is called elimination, and what happens to do elimination, you're going to add the 2 equations. Now this is pretty important. You always want to add. Subtraction, there's always that possibility for error. So in this case, all right, in this particular case, this one that we're looking at right here, if I add these 2 things together, which variable is going to be eliminated? Which variable is going to be eliminated? All right, we're going to eliminate the y variable because negative 2 plus positive 2 makes it go away. So I'm going to get 6x. I have negative 19 plus 1. What is that? Yes. So what is my x value going to be? Excellent. Good. Negative 3. Now, this is the part where you've got one answer. In order to find that other answer, this is important. Make this easy on yourself. Which one's easier? If I've got my x value, is the first equation easier to solve for y or the second? Which one's easier? First or second? Personal preference. Which one do you think would be easier? The first one looks easier to me because I don't have to be doing any kind of multiplication there. All right. So I would put it back in there and I would solve for y. So these are the steps. If you guys have pencil and paper, and I would suggest from this point forward always having something to take notes, unless you're already through with this unit. Step 1, we're going to write the system so that each term is aligned. And that means that the x's are on top of x's, the y's are on top of y's, and the constants are on top of each other. Then we're going to eliminate one of the variables and solve for the other. Elimination means that they have the same coefficient but opposite signs. All right, I want you guys to tell me, what is the coefficient? Tell me, what does coefficient mean? Coefficient. Come on, guys. I know you, I heard you.
Right? No.
The value of the variable is going to be multiplied by. Means the same. Okay, the coefficient. Let me write it down. If I say 2x, I've got this problem right here. What is my coefficient? The coefficient is just the number in front of the variable, okay? So it's important to remember. So once we align them, we're going to get rid of the other variable, right? Then we're going to substitute the value that we just had back into one of the original equations, make it easy for yourself, and then you're going to write the answer as an ordered pair. All right, easy enough? All right. I'm not sure if we do that. Okay, so we're going to solve this one by elimination. First off, I want you guys to tell me what variable are we going to eliminate? I got one y, I got two y's. 3, 4, 5, y. If I add these two things together, I'm going to eliminate the y's. All right? Terms are aligned. We're going to eliminate the y's. So, what is my x value? James already says 2. Anybody else? Got another 2. Got a couple more 2's. Right, because we're going to divide by 4. 8 divided by 4 is 2. Now, it is easiest to put it back into this equation, so we're going to put x back in there. We're going to solve for y. So what's my y value? Stephanie. Say again? I didn't hear what you said, Jamie. Okay. We got a -1. Yes. All right. So my answer is 2, -1. Good. All right. What about this one? What are we going to eliminate? Okay. We add them together, we're going to eliminate all the terms are aligned, so make sure that you do that because they're not always going to be like that. We're going to add them together and eliminate our x's. What's our y going to be? Okay, I got a bunch of 4's and oops. Yes, we're going to write the original equations. Again, put it in whichever one is easiest. And easy is, I guess, it's subjective, whichever one you think is easier. So our answer was 4, and our x value is -2. So our solution is -2, 4. All right? So when two equations contain the same term, you can subtract one equation from the other. But to subtract an equation means to add the opposite of each term. I find subtraction a little bit annoying. I don't know, for lack of a better word. I have an issue with signs. I always make a mistake with signs. So I like to add. What I would do first here is multiply one of these by -1. And then I would just add them together. So, first off, we make sure that they are aligned. We're going to do what the PowerPoint says to do. Now, when you subtract, it's like adding the opposite, right? So we're going to add the opposite of +2. That would be add -2. So we're going to eliminate our x's. This is going to be 6y, and that's going to equal Negative 18. So what's our y value? James, yes, absolutely, you could do that too. James is saying that you could multiply the top equation by 5 and then you wouldn't have to worry about that getting your signs messed up, and that would work too. All right. Then we're going to substitute what our answer was. Negative 3, we're going to put it in there for y, and we are going to solve for x. So x is, anybody? Negative 1. Write it as an ordered pair. There we go. All right, the one important thing is to remember to check your answers because you could have made a sign error. I do always check my answers because I make errors with my signs all the time. All right. Next one. Which one do you think we're going to eliminate? We're going to eliminate the y's. We're going to multiply either the top or the bottom by negative. Okay. When you multiply the bottom by a negative, you get 5x plus 0 equal 20. Next, what's x? Good. All right. Put it back into whichever equation is easiest. And it does not matter which one you put it in. You are going to get the same answer no matter what if you didn't make a sign error. Okay. In some cases, you first need to multiply, like James was talking about not the last one, but the one before. You could have multiplied that top equation by a negative 5. I think it was just 5, wasn't it? And you could have added those together. So in this equation, this system, if we want to, what would we want to eliminate and what would we multiply an equation by? Okay, neither one of them, the coefficients on either one are not the same. But, as James said, if you multiply the top equation by 3, you can add these together and eliminate the x's. Oh, look at that. They wanted to multiply the second one by negative 2. Honestly, guys, I'd go with what James did. This one is kind of a pain. Okay, but let's do it the way James was saying to do it. I'm going to try and write it over here. If we multiply the top one by 3, and that's exactly what I would have done. Then I would add these together. I would get 7y is equal to, what's 33 minus 5? Nice, yep. So y is going to be 4. Okay, honestly, this is what I would have done. But they did it the other way, and it doesn't matter. Let's see if we get the same answers. I got 4 for my y value. Let's see. See what they get. We'll go fast. If anybody has any questions about what they're doing, you need to stop me because I will go through everything. Y is 4. So we got the same answers. It doesn't matter which way you do it. Really the important thing is to make this as easy as you can for yourself, all right? So using a calculator is not a problem. Okay, what about something like this one? What could we do here? Anybody have any thoughts? So James is saying multiply the top by 3 and the bottom by -2. That would be good. What would you be eliminating, James? Yep, you'd be eliminating the y. Okay, so what they're going to do is they're going to eliminate x. They're going to multiply the top by 2 and the bottom by 5. Why? What is that going to do? If I multiply the top by 2 and the bottom by 5, what's that going to do? It's going to eliminate our x values. Excellent. There we go, and then you can add them. So y is going to be 6. Now, James was saying multiply the top by 3 and the bottom by -2. The exact same thing, only in that case, you would be eliminating your y's. Okay? And find whatever equation is easiest for you to solve and put it back in. All right. This is another elimination. What do you want to do here? Which one do you want to eliminate? Bottom by 3. If you multiply the bottom, what are you going to eliminate if you multiply the bottom by 3? James says x. Anybody else? I know James isn't the only one here. Madam? She's very quiet, but Jamie said x. Thank you. Yes, x. Israel. Demetrius, come on. Who else is over there? I think that's it. Okay. Multiply the bottom by 3. Get rid of our x's. And y is going to be 0. In this case, it really doesn't matter which one you put it in. There we go. All right, another elimination. Let's see if I've got one in here. Hold on. Hold on. Because we only got 3 minutes. This might be the last one. Oh. Okay. So do you guys all remember these 3 methods? Because elimination isn't the only way. You can always do graphing. If you do graphing, make sure you put it in y equals form, because that's the way you have to put it in the calculator. Substitution just means that you substitute the variable. So all of this would go, this part right here would go in there for x. Okay? If you have something like this, x is equal to 2y plus 10 and x is equal to 3y, set these two equal to each other. And then there's always elimination. You can use any one of these methods. Just make sure you choose the appropriate one for whatever situation that you have. All right. Yay, 30 minutes. We're done. Anybody have questions? Okay, if you don't have any questions, I expect everyone to be done with, what was this, week 8? Yeah, we should all be done with week 8, and I think there's only one person that is. Alrighty, guys, that's it. Have a great week.